Shalom, shalom, guys. Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Shaba with fun and favorite travels. And I know I have not put out any travel content in a while, but it's soon to come. But today, right now, we're back again with the script of the day, guys. I recorded my little chicken chores today with the little chicks. We did lose one overnight. And guys, it's been busy, busy, busy. I'm getting off of work literally about 30 minutes ago. And trying to jump into the script of the day so I can get it uploaded. And then I'll work on the chicken chores. So guys, just bear with me. Bear with me. But a script of the day. That's what we're there. Ephesians 4:2 is for today. And it reads, with all humility and meekness, with patience, bearing with one another in love. Yeah, that's what we're supposed to do. It touches on sort of like what we were talking about, I want to say yesterday or the day before. Treat everybody with respect. Treat the older women like your mother, the younger one like your sister, and so on and so forth. But let's get a look at the context about what this is about. So it says, I call upon you, starting at verse 1, therefore, I, the prisoner of the master, to walk worthily of the calling with which you were called. So he's a prisoner of the master. We all are basically prisoners of the master because we are not our own. We were bought with a price, a very steep price that we could never repay. We were all bought with that price. We don't live for ourselves alone. Our bodies are not our own. But the masters, Yahuwah's, was the Father, who was the Creator. So, with all humility and meekness, with patience, bearing with one another in love. Because why? Because you're supposed to be walking worthily of this calling that you were called. So with all humility and meekness, with patience, bearing with one another in love, being eager to guard the unity of the Ruh in the bond of Shalom, one body and one Ruh, as you also were called in one expectation of your calling. One master, one belief, one immersion, not baptism, immersion, one Elohim, or one mighty one power, and one Father of all, who was above all, and through all, and in you all. Boy, that's powerful. That tells you very plain and straight. One body, one Ruh. You need to be eager to guard this unity. You need to be eager to guard this Bashora, this good news. You need to be eager for it. Because it's the Ruh and the bond of Shalom. Because we are to be in Shalom, in peace. We have the Ruh HaKadosh. One body, one Ruh, one belief. I'll go for it. There's one scripts. I mean, there's many scrolls of the scripts, but there's one scripts. And there's really one interpretation. So it's finding out what that right interpretation is. So anyway, one master, one belief, one immersion, one mighty one, and Father of all, who's above all, and through all, and in you all. Because since Yahusha paid that awesome price that we can never pay, we now can get the Father directly to us. We don't need the Luim that we talked about before, the priestly tribe, to go and take our cares and our concerns to the Kadash of the most Kadash, or they call the Holy of the Holies. Don't deal with that word. Go look it up. There's many words that I don't say, or I try not to say. You don't hear me say good morning because there is nothing good about mourning. You're mourning the dead or something like that. Doesn't matter how you want to spell it, it's still mourning. I don't say the days of the week. Those are mighty ones' names. And from Shamut, I want to say chapter 13 or chapter 16, verse 13, it says, don't make any mention of any other mighty ones. Don't let it be heard from your mouth. Don't bring a remembrance to it, is the meaning. Because when you're saying it, you're bringing a remembrance to it. So don't say the names of the week. We don't wear Nike brand, which is actually my daughter's name and actually my mom's name, because I named my daughter after my mom. So that's all the same demon, demon of flight. We don't use that. You can look up the story if they haven't completely watched the internet. But that shoe, that brand was supposed to be called Sixth Dimension until the night before the naming. The demon came in a dream to the CEO or whatever his position was, the higher up of that company, Nike brand, and said, dedicate him shoe to him and name him after him, because that name, my mom's name, they're the same demoness, if you will call her that, because it's a lady demon. So we don't say those. We don't wear those, any subsidiaries of that brand. And we try to do a research. So we really try to stay with like Puma, Adidas. Those are like the main ones that we wear, because I haven't found any crossover between that. But yeah, lots of stuff we don't say. Days of the weeks, not even the months of the year I try not to say, which is kind of hard, especially at work. But those are named after, some of them are specifically mighty ones. Some of them are simply like people, like Augustus Caesar, July, Julius Caesar. I mean, to my knowledge, they're not mighty ones. They were simply like powerful leaders. So the so-called planets of this quote-unquote solar system are the days of the week, and they are stars. That's what they are. If you even look on YouTube, you will see people and they're got their microscopes and magnifying, and they will show you that those quote-unquote planets are stars. That's what they are, which are fallen mighty ones, angels, stars. Anyways, back to the lesson at hand, because we'll get off on a tangent and go all the way completely far down, which is not the point of this video today. So anyways, that was good there. But to each one of us, I'm at verse 7, but to each one of us favor was given according to the measure of the gift of Mashiach. What a wonderful gift he paid, we talked about. This is why it says, when he went up on high, he led captivity captive and gave gifts to men. And that is referencing I don't know why it's not wanting to do it. That is referencing Psalm 68 and 16. But what does he went up mean? Except that he also first went down into the lower parts of Arat, or the earth. So when he died on the stick, he went down first to the captives. He who went down is also the one who went up far above all Shamaim to fit all. To fill all, sorry. So he went down first to the pit, giving the people who didn't have an opportunity to see him to be delivered at that point. But that won't work for us. And then he went up. Shamayim, at the right hand of the Father, because he had to overcome death. So that's what he went down there to do. And he himself gave some as emissaries, and some as prophets, and some as evangelists, and some as shepherds and teachers, for the perfecting of the Kadash ones, or the Kadashim, the placed apart ones, to the work of service, to a building up of the body, to a Mashiach. So we are all supposed to be one body. If you think about your body, it all works together. The hand has a purpose. The fingers have a purpose. The wrist has a purpose. The forearm has a purpose. The arm, and my arms are fat, has a purpose. Your shoulder has a purpose. Everything has its own purpose. So we, as the body of a Mashiach, or the Messiah, have a purpose. Some will be those specific titles. Some will be whatever. Some will be whatever else. Some will be whatever else. Some will be whatever else, There's different parts of the body used for different purposes. So, do your part. Share the Bashora. That is the least of everybody's part, is to share the Bashora. Make his name, for one, known, and share the good news about him. So, such a Bashora, a good news that Yahusha died on the stake. Not a pig and a cross. That's another thing. Pig and cross. And that's why I don't say pagan must. Christ. That is the name of a couple of mighty ones. But look it up. I don't say the Bloody Bunny Day that they say is the Resurrection Day. Why? Because that name is the same as Nimrod's mother, and she has a whole bunch of those names. So, there's different stuff we don't say. The stake, anyways, he died on a stick. He was impaled. That was what they were doing at that time. Look at Haman in the book of Esther. Impaled. They get it right there. But when it comes to JC, because they want to call him JC, and they want to put him on this pagan cross, perfected paganism, then they want to tell you it's a cross. No, it was a stake, like a tree pole. So, anyways, I'm going to stop there, guys. It's getting dark. I'm losing my light. And I think that pretty much covers it. I think this part of it goes down to 16. And I stopped at what? I don't even remember where I stopped. I want to say like 11 or 12 something. Yeah, 12 I stopped. So not too far off from Fulikabit. I can actually read on. Until we all come to the unity of the belief and of the knowledge of the Son of Yahuwah, to a perfect mind, to the measure of the stature of the completeness of our Mashiach, so that we should no longer be children, tossed to and borne out and borne about by every wind of teaching, by the trickery of men and cleverness unto the craftiness of leading astray. But maintaining the truth in love, we grow up in all respects into him who is the head, who is HaMashiach, from whom the entire body, joined and knit together by what every joint supplies, according to the working by which each part does its share, causes growth of the body for the building up of itself in love. That's the goal, guys. Building up each other in love for building up the kingdom. That's what it's all about, guys. So, we have it there. I did have something to say, but sorry, these highlights on this make it kind of hard because I got it in like a royal blue and the text is black, and it's hard to see on this computer. But anyways, that is pretty self-explanatory. This one, guys, you don't really even need a anything about it. So, in love, that's the key. If you walk in love, share this truth in love, yes, people are still going to be mad at you. You're still going to disagree. They're going to hate your guts if you talk about their JC that they don't want to give up, and their paganism, and there's Mother's Day, and their Father's Day. Yeah, but just give it in love. That's all you can do is give it in love. It's for sure it's good news. So if even you plant the seed, maybe it gets watered and grows. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it falls on, the ground. There's 4 things that the seeds can fall on. So you never know when you got plant the seed or which ground it'll fall upon. So always be planting the seeds in love so it can be received better. Can't go and bosh people over the head. Although sometimes it calls for that. But can't all the time. Let's go boshing people over the head. So there we have it, guys. Shalom, shalom. It's getting dark and my nose is stuffy and I want to lay down. My back is hurting. So may that a bit of barak to somebody. Shalom, shalom, guys.